Hi there folks, how are you? Hope you are very, very well indeed. Welcome to day 34 of Lyndall's Luscious Limberings. Today is our stretchy day, our recovery day. Chance just to loosen up all those bits that we might have put a little bit of tightness in during the week. And give you an opportunity just to breathe, touch base and relax and enjoy the calmness and meditation time that is afforded to us through this remarkable circumstance we find ourselves in. So without further ado, I'm going to kick off my slippers and let's get this party started. Great! Wow. Alright, so going with today's playlist, day 34's playlist. Your 3, 2, 1, go. And standing, feet hip width apart, bend the knees. Lifting up through the head, sinking down through the butt. Breathing into the belly, breathing into the small of the back. Knees just soft. And just drop the head down to the chest. And back up again. And once more. And then take it round to the left ear. And back again to the right. Unclench the butt cheeks, round to the left. In this position, if you're feeling comfortable, just give a small nod, tiny. Just like you're trying to give the muscles an opportunity to let go. So nothing too vigorous. Softening through the jaw, softening down the sternum. Round to the other side, and again a nod. Round to the left again. Let the head be heavy and just looking lightly behind. Keeping the ear to the side, just trying to look at the back of your left armpit, and gentle nod there if you feel comfortable. Soften the knees. Ear back to the side. Keep it on the side but look down a little bit. Trying to see your foot. And just pay attention to where you can feel that. So for example, I can feel that underneath the armpit on the opposite side, all the way stretching down the fingertips. Checking to see if you've tightened your hip flexors. And back to the side. Soften the jaw and just start to look up until you find a stretch. Back to the side, rolling around to the right hand side. And again, just looking behind, nice and gentle. If you feel like it, you can give a small nod there. Just a micro nod, can be just a thought even. Hardly moving. Ear back to the side, looking down at the foot, small nod. Breathe deep. Breathing into the belly though, not into the chest. Ear back to shoulder, gently look up until you find a stretch, keeping the jaw soft. And back to the side, rolling down to the front and up. Hand out to the side. The higher you go, the more intense the stretch. So putting the fingers down as we move, soften those knees. So if this is too intense, drop the hand right down. Otherwise you can bring it up a little bit. But you don't want to irritate. We're doing a nerve, bit of flossing the nerve here. So if you go too intense, you'll irritate it. You don't want that. Oh, we're just being nice to the nerve. On a nerve. And if you're feeling comfortable with that, just keep the fingers up and gently move the head again. If that's too intense, just resume dropping the fingers down. Doesn't have to be a big movement here, just until you find a stretch. You might feel it in the elbow. And soften that down, other hand. And remember this time starting off with the fingers softening. Keep breathing, unclench the knees. If you feel like you've warmed up enough with that, then you can just start to keep the fingers stretching up. Just light movements. Breathe. Always breathe. Breathing is good. Breathe more into the belly. Good, let that go. Just drop the head down again. Hands behind the head, just let the weight of the elbows start to encourage it to relax. If you like, you can give a small wiggle from side to side. And rolling down through the spine. Just hang over. And breathe. Really soften through the shoulders. And rolling up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands linked up. Bend the knees, just gentle circles, teeny tiny. Really small, doesn't have to be big at all. And change direction. Make sure the movement's coming from the chest and not the arms. Good, just let those arms go down. Give a gentle shrug, and reverse the direction. Reverse the arms. And the other way. Relax it down, rolling down through the spine. Staying there again, just working through the shoulders. Really let the top of the head drop down towards the floor so you get that stretch along the nuchal ligament at the back. Bend the knees and straighten until you find a stretch. Release. And again. And down. Just keep going with that. Head still heavy. Now we're going to slow it down as we breathe in. Going to look forward and lengthen. And down. 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. And down. Breathing in. Down. Rolling up through the spine. Good, just go a little bit wider with the legs. And bend the legs, stretch over, just super lightly straighten. And soften, just changing sides. And bending again. And if you start to find you're warming up, then by all means just bend over a little more. But go nice and gentle, don't shock the body into anything. And what we can do as you wait till the next time round, stretching from the outside blade of the foot all the way to the fingertips bend. This time now just get the cupped hand and just give yourself some percussion down the side. I'm not hitting hard, by the way. It sounds loud because my hand's cupped. That's how you do a good nap in stage combat. There you go. Beautiful. Bend those knees, just changing over. Nice and easy. And bend. Keep the legs wide, rolling down through the spine. With cupped hands again, or with the heel of your hand, just pummel out the small of the back and over the ribs. So you can either do cupped hand, or you can use this part of your hand or the blade of the hand. Knees should be straight but not locked. And you can travel up the spine a little bit either side of the spine. And down, out to the sides. And then with the heel of the hand, really get into the glutes. Good, bend the knees. Just take yourself into seated position. And just going to continue down with the heel of the hand through the thighs. Give them a good percussion. You can go both down the sides of the adductors and the abductors. Also over the quads, they might want a little bit of love. Be nice to yourself, but don't be shy. Beautiful. Then with cupped hands, swapping above and below the knee 20 times. Good, that was more than 20. And down the calf. And you can give it like a little bit of a hit and let it wobble, like the meat wobble off the bone. And then I just want you to have a nice massage, so sort of up. You might find there's some sore bits right on the side of the shins. We are doing jumping quite often, and then I presume a lot of you aren't wearing shoes. So, you know, if you're finding that's putting strain through the calves, pop shoes on. Or don't jump, just bend the knees or do small bounces. Stretch out afterwards. You can also do heat therapy on the calf as well. Just start to massage with your thumb through the calf. Warm up before you start, any of those things, but you know, just do make sure that you don't keep on jumping on it if it's tight and sore. You shouldn't be getting pain. And then you'll find in the very center, somewhere along here, there'll be a really sore bit. So dig your finger, well there might be more than one, but find the most sore bit and dig your thumb into it. Breathe through it. And then just massage that out. If you have things like spiky balls as well, you know, put them on the bottom of your feet and roll them on the ground, that's quite good. And of course, always see your health professional. Massaging through the sole of the foot now. And then just shake that. Good, down the other leg. It's my neighbor. And over top of the quads as well. And then swapping above and below. And down the calf. Mine are particularly sore since starting running again. Massage it out. Oh, we didn't hit it off the bone. Hit it, let it wobble. And then down, finding the sore bit. This is great also while you're sitting watching TV in the evening. Get a heat pack or a hot water bottle, pop it on the sore bits, let it soften the muscles, and you can sit and massage your calves. We've got time, so do it. It's good to learn where you're sore and where the sore bits are in your body, so that you can start to help yourself through stiffness. And you know, there's just as much work should be done in, especially as you get older, in maintaining yourself outside of exercise as well as actually exercising. And soften through the feet. Good, check it out. Great, we're gonna pop it to our back because it's always good going in the back. And rolling down. Just starting with the feet up, and just, you can use your hands if you want, just wiggling from side to side. And back into the floor, we're just going to bring the legs down. And remember that feeling of you want to burst a balloon underneath your small of your back as your legs come up and then down. This is stretching out the small of the back. And hopefully you'll find each time you do it, it's actually easier to get that feeling of connection between the small of the back and the ground. So pushing a balloon into the ground, keeping the neck nice and long. And if you feel comfortable with it, point the toes. We're going to go with straight legs now. So still pushing the back into the ground. If this is too intense, just stay with the legs bent. You can put your hands on here to help, by the way. Really working to get the small of the back into the ground as you raise the legs up and go to the floor. And then drop them again, go back to wiggling out. So hopefully it should be a little freer. You should feel a bit of a difference in doing it before and after those leg raises. And now circling. Keep it nice and light. Changing direction. And just back down to either straight or bent leg raises again. Pushing that small of the back into the ground, bursting the imaginary balloon. And back down again. Popping the left knee over the right and just giving it a little bit of a wiggle. Just to open up those hips. And changing over. And changing over again, taking hold of, I've got the left knee, just giving it some gentle circles. And then circling the other way. Again, just going for a feeling of mobilization. It doesn't have to be big, and it's better that you go at a level that lets you have a smooth circle all the way around. If you find jerky bits where it becomes like an octagon rather than a circle, then slow down, make it smaller, and breathe through the movement. So as you breathe in, breathe out, and let the breath be what powers the leg around. And just changing over. You can also imagine you're breathing, if there's a clunky bit, imagine you're breathing into and out of that area. So it's like you have a little mouth there, you breathe in, and then breathe out through that bit. You see which one works best for you. Circling the other way. Beautiful, and change. I'm just going to shimmy up my mat. There we go. Other leg again, and lifting it straight towards the ceiling. Don't stretch yet, just circle, nice and easy. Make sure the leg's lengthened on the floor. And the other way. And now just stretching that heel towards the ceiling, pulling the toes back towards you, letting the stretch go all the way down through the butt cheeks, all the way into the small of the back. Bending the knee, and you can just give that knee a little bit of a side to side encouragement. And the first one up again, and circle. Circling the other way. And then pulling the toes back, stretching the heel towards the ceiling. Beautiful nerve stretch all the way down the back of the leg. Relax the other leg. It doesn't get to come to this party. And then just using the leg just to help wiggle through the range of movement there. Using the hands, I mean. Oh dear, can't talk. Great, get the first one again. Pull the knee across to your center line. Take hold of the shin or the ankle and bring it forwards towards you so you get a stretch down almost over the sit bones. Doesn't work unless the knee's in the midline, so make sure you bring the knee across the body first. And then just donut that over the other leg, reaching through. And gently encouraging that forwards. And again, just wiggling from side to side if you feel comfortable. Great, and changing over to the other leg, bring it across to your center line first. Take hold of either the shin or the ankle, pull it towards you until you find a stretch in the butt cheeks. And then donut it over the other leg. And then just gently wiggling from side to side if you feel comfortable. If not, just hold the stretch. Beautiful. Popping the feet down, arms out to the side, just let it fall to the side. Look in the opposite direction, breathing in, breathe out, let it change over. Breathe in, breathe out to change over. Go in your own rhythm now, using the outward breath to do the movement. Beautiful. Coming over to make an alligator. Make sure your hips are square to the ground. And again, breathing in. Breathing out and open the arm. And then come back. Use the outward breath to move. Good stuff. Just changing across the other side. I'm doing it this way so I can still see you. Alligator or crocodile, reptile of your choice. Breathing in, breathing out, avoid the plants. You guys keep going. Back in. You think by now I'd know. Good stuff. Coming up into all fours. And using the forearm. Breathing in. And out. So the elbow goes to the forearm. Good stuff. Changing arms. Few more, keep going. Good stuff. Just take yourself onto your belly and take hold of one leg and just stretch it. And then adjust the grip and just encourage it out to the side. Backing in, change the legs. And changing over. And coming up into a cobra, so pulling the fingertips towards the elbow, pulling the face forward, lengthening through the back of the neck. And if you feel like you can, I'm going to come down and then up into an upwards dog, but of course just moderate your own height here. Don't go all the way up or just go back into another cobra. Back down, pop your bum in the air, scoot yourself through to a child's pose. Good. Just coming up to sitting on your butt. Big diamond with the legs. And just from here, take yourself for a circle. So my legs are quite out far out in front. I haven't got them pulled into the pelvis. And just doing little circles through. Just warming up the small of the back. And then leaning forward, popping the elbows into the knees and scooch the belly button upwards and forwards. Just wiggle yourself into the floor, getting a stretch along the glutes and the small of the back. Keeping the big diamond, just start to stretch over to the side and the other side. Just go in your own time here, don't have to follow me. Just finding a stretch. And the next time you go over, just linger there for a little bit, try and touch the side wall. Relax the knees, you might have engaged through the flexors or the glutes here, just soften them. Use the hand to help you up and change over. And bringing the knees in, little bounces. Lifting up tall through the spine. And then if you're feeling comfy, just leaning forwards a little bit and give a slight, I'm going to call quarantine wiggle with the head trail, just as you're working yourself down. If this is too intense, just lean forward. Lovely. Just pop the one knee over the other and turn around and stretch. And changing. Yes. From here, taking yourself forwards into the down dog, walking through. Take this time just to really ease out the tension through the calves and there's possibly the side of the back as well. Keep going. And now sinking the heels into the floor, lift the butt towards the ceiling, plaster your thighs on the wall behind you. It's behind you. Good, walking the hands into the feet, rolling up through the spine. And just starting just to ease everything out. With the elbows. And take it inside to backstroke, crap backstroke. No one does backstroke like this. And sweeping through, what is this? Giving love, spreading flowers. Bit wider. And in a swing. Like, make it super light, don't have to really engage the legs too much with this. Just getting a chance for the body to move as a whole. Great. And that is time. Thank you. Continuing on from that, like I said, if you are getting sore calves from jumping around, or there's a bit that's troubling you, I mean, obviously you're all probably adults, hopefully adults, you're all independent humans, so you know you can take care of yourself. But you know, do engage with the moments that are sore, the areas that are sore. And yeah, you know, you do need to maintain the muscles as well. You know, like I said, this whole point of this is to keep you safe and moving. So if anything is threatening that, then we need to deal with it. So great, thank you so much. Tomorrow, last day of the series for this week. Back again next week. So keep safe until then and take care of yourselves. Lots of love.